Ron, it's good to have you on the show. You're actually our one of our first, I think, second time guests. We had you on the show when we were a live show in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Do you remember audiences?
I'm hoping this is better. Yeah.
Yeah. Audiences were fun. But now, it's fun to
still
perform
here?
to plants.
Why are you even here? Nobody talks to you.
Fair.
All right.
But he thinks that we are, but he doesn't realize yet that's not the case.
brick mortar, gyprock, paint, hang picture, door. What door? He's gone.
I like the
All
way
right, just us.
he wasn't here last show, and I'll tell you what a show it was.
I didn't like him then either.
I don't like him now.
I'm surprised your coattails reach around behind me all the way to him. Just ride the talent mule. Just ride the talent mule. You'll be fine.
I'm definitely been called ass several times. So, Ron, let's tell the audience a little about you. Like, you've been doing comedy for several months, correct?
Not lately.
When did you
Actually,
start
in fact, I haven't been doing comedy for several months.
No, why?
It's closed.
Ron, I remember, like, I've been doing comedy for about 20 years. I remember when I first saw
Laughter
you.
spreads the virus more, they say. Not cheering in a sports bar, screaming at a bad play, but laughter spreads
Well,
the
then why
virus.
don't they let Sam perform? Because there's no laughter when he's on.
There's cheering when I get off. You're like, finally.
True, that could be.
It was a
well,
bad
the standing
play.
ovation. You're not allowed to stand without your mask, but still.
If finally he's not sweating over me,
getting
he
off.
got off.
I usually said. I
Why am I talking to you even?
Oh, man.
You're not
We've got-
even part. Anyway.
How long have you been doing stand-up for, Ron? When did you start?
Well, there's two answers. There's the artsy one where I was born, I looked around, I said, you can't be serious. And then there's the fashionable one where I started Labor Day, September 1st, 1979.
Wow. That's right when I was born. It's crazy. You remember
I
the
did
date?
12 shows that day. I remember it. It was Labor Day weekend. They were having a Jerry Lewis Joke-a-thon from noon to midnight. All proceeds were going to be driven down to Plattsburgh, New York, and donated to Jerry's cause. Mm-hmm. And I auditioned on a Friday. The show was Sunday. They asked me to go on, and like a blue-collar kid that I am, showed up at noon and ended up doing one show every hour for 12 hours.
Wow.
I would do stand-up, and then we'd do improv till those fuckers left. Then I'd do stand-up again and more improv after in the next hour. And by the end of the night, I rewrote an entirely new set.
So you're hooked on comedy from day one, literally.
Oh, before that.
Where's been your favorite place to perform so far?
Edinburgh, Scotland.
Why is that?
Because they're the coolest people.
Yeah? Is it because of their...
They are who they are. There's no pretense about them, and they're the only ones who can keep up drinking with a Canadian. So, what's not to love?
Yeah, they're blatant alcoholism.
Hey, there's a Scotch I've never heard of. Let's try that.
And then they fight.
No, surprisingly little.
Didn't I hear a story that you got on a fight in the Tube in London or something?
Tubing. No, I never got in a fight in a tube.
I thought I heard something about you.
No, me and Tom Stade got into a fight in Bilston.
Tom Stade, a great Canadian comedian, and fight adversary of Ron Vaudry.
That's just outside of Wolverhampton, which is just outside of Birmingham, in the Midlands.
So why did you get into a fight?
Because we ordered one and it showed up. No,
Fair
because it was some local bullies, don't like foreigners. Yeah. Bilston's one of those towns where you'll go into a pub and they'll go, no dogs and no travelers. Now, travelers is the code word for gypsies.
Yeah.
And what's gypsy is the code word for?
Travelers. But yeah, so it's that kind of neighborhood. And me and Tom Stade were coming back from the pub. We went to play the dogs for a while at a betting shop.
He took me dog betting too. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a big fan of it. And so we $1, $2 a race, so I kill some time while Trudy was shopping. And then we went to meet her at Weatherspoons, have a bite to eat, and I had 2 pints of beer. He had 3 pints, but he left half of the third one there. So nobody's intoxicated.
You have a hell of a memory, Ron.
Yeah, I know. Well, it gets banged into your head when you're attacked. And we went to the local chip shop because I promised the kids Uncle Ron's going to get some fish and chips for dinner. So the kids are all excited, and Trudy went to get the kids, and Tom
Do you know
came
these
with
kids,
me.
or are these just random kids?
Oh, no, extra kids. I'm going to pick them up out the street, and Uncle Ron's going to give you some French fries in the back of that van, beside the box of puppies. And yeah, so we're getting chips, and Tom's got to have a piss. Hey man, you got a toilet? Outside. Oh, okay. So there's no public toilet in the chip shop, so Tom really has to pee. So he goes out, he looks around, there's nobody around, he's standing between two cars, he's peeing, which people do all the fucking time.
Very
And
Midlands.
they'll just piss off the curb of a street if they got to piss. They don't give a shit. So he's doing that, and some guy drives by in a Range Rover. Hey, what the fuck you doing? There's children in this neighborhood. There's no children around here.
Yeah, I'm getting them chips.
Yeah. We're offering candy. We know what the kids like. And I hear barking going on outside. I hear a guy yelling, and I stick my head out the door, and the guy's coming at Tom, and Tom's backing up because he's more passive than fucking Buddha. And he's going, hey, man, I'm just taking a piss. No, there's no kids around here. And I walk out. I go, what's going on? And the guy stops and goes, who are you? I went, who am I? Who the fuck are you? What's going on, Tom? So he gets in his car, runs home, gets his dad. I didn't know it was his dad at the time.
Throw in the kids.
Yeah. Well, the kids are gay. Can't hear them. But guy comes out with a big fucking metal bar. Tries to crack me in the skull with it. So I throw myself into his chest to avoid the radius of the swing. It's a very exciting part of the fight. I shinned him away. He backed off. I got up, and then I just locked him. Locked him on his eyes rolled back. He dropped the weapon. And I turned around. Tom already took a hit at the head with a lug nut bar. So I just looked at Tom and went, look out, Tom. And I put one under Tom's chin into the guy's cheekbone. Turned to the other guy and went, stop this right now, because somebody's going to get seriously fucking hurt here. Turns out that's his dad that's unconscious on the streets that I just knocked out. And he jumps in his car and fucks off.
To get his grandpa.
Leaves his dad there on the pavement. I got a little bruise on the side of here, and my lip is a little swollen because I took the handle in the face. Police cars pull up from every direction. And then all of a sudden, I'm in lockup till 3 a.m. Because how could two Canadian guys carrying a purse beat up our two local thugs? There's something wrong here. They couldn't figure it out.
Anyways, Ron, it was good to have you on the show.
Oh yeah. Did I use up the whole show with one fight story? It's not even over yet. You should see how they tried to screw us in court.
An hour talking about this is basically turned into a UFC show.
This is going to be my Edinburgh Fringe show. I'm just going to talk about this
Stories
arrest.
of the Midlands.
So to question
they
two,
always laugh at the Midlands. It's easy, easy fodder.
So would you consider that your career highlight or low light?
Right now?
No.
Pretty low right now.
Hey,
I'm talking to you on fucking camera. How low can you get?
you could be talking to Sam.
No, I'm never going to go that low. No. There's bottoming out, and then I'm sorry, Sam.
That's okay.
You are below bottom.
I am.
So how much in the time that you've been in stand-up has it changed?
Changed? Well, it goes in waves, you know. It's like right now it's really popular over there in the UK and starting to grow over here. It's like they want to hear about your personal life. The audience wants to relate to you. And when you fell down, they want, oh, I remember when I fell down. I used to joke with Tom Stade over there that it's just about a time before you're going out there telling him about the time you shit your pants. Oh, I shit my pants too. How vulnerable can you get? It's ridiculous. Then Jim Jeffries, in his new album, did a bit about how he shit his pants. I went, there, they've done it. They're there.
We've all done it, and we can all relate. Now, usually with our stand-up guests, they come in and they do stand-up.
Stop talking to me.
It doesn't work. Usually our guests do stand-up. You decided to not do it, and we can't really say no to someone with your tenure. And
I don't Zoom.
have you ever done a Zoom show?
No, and I won't.
It's I'll tell you, if you like talking your cell phone in the corner and pretending that is
That somebody's paying attention. Yeah, when you can see them on, they don't turn on their microphone, so you can't hear if they're laughing. You can see them getting up and going to the bathroom, coming back with something, just ignoring it.
Yeah, there's an empty couch.
You're talking to 12 people who are friends of whoever's doing the Zoom show.
So usually, like I said, we have them do comedy, but instead of that, we're going to show a clip of Ron from the Comedy Store in London. What year was this shot in?
Well, then, this is back in 2004 or 5. I think it was my audition tape. Well,
Here's a Ron Vaudry live from the Comedy Store. Check it out.
I think the most spectacular funeral I've ever seen on TV, the most widely seen funeral of all time, had to be for Princess Diana, was it not, folks? Yeah, how many other funerals had a #1 hit soundtrack attached to them? Holy fuck. That puts you way ahead of the curve there, doesn't it? Mother Teresa, not even a hymn. 6 weeks on the charts for her. I'm impressed. Still too soon? Charles is over it. We can move on. She's a lovely lady. It was the event that was weird, the entire event. And it was spectacular, too. Hundreds of thousands of people lined up along the parade route. A nice parade, by the way, one floating a dead chick. Last time I bring the kids to a parade in London. Then there were balloons and candy floss. What the fuck is this? I don't know. It said parade. Stop crying. We'll go back to the hotel. They're different here. I'm sure everyone had their little picture postcard moment of it as well. For a lot of people, it was like seeing the entire royal family lined up in front of the gates of Buckingham Palace, closed behind them. What a lovely picture, huh? Tell me that's not an IRA wet dream happening there, though, somewhere. Half of Ireland's going, fuck! Oh, fuck! Trade every potato for one grenade. All right. All I know is people were very emotional. You can tell how emotional they were, too. Every time the camera went along the parade route, they were right there in the lens telling the entire world what was on their mind, weren't they? It was those fucking paparazzi bastards that killed her. They wouldn't give her a moment's peace, a second's privacy. Is that the casket? Who the fuck brings a camera to a funeral? Yeah, set them up for one more. Let's go, Gramps. Not even the Irish do that. And it wasn't the paparazzis that killed her either. Do a little Scotland Yard, folks. Who had the most to gain from her death, huh? It was the fucking florist behind the whole thing. Those are the bastards. Keep an eye on those florists and take care of yourself. Good night.
That's very funny. So now, all these years later, you're living in Vancouver. Why here everywhere?
Winters.
Yeah, they are.
Winters.
pretty
I'm
bad.
from Montreal. I'm tired of the snow. I lived in Britain for 12 years, and this is the exact same winter weather they have. Gray, drizzly. But they're gray and drizzly all year. You just have your winters that are gray, and I'd rather carry an umbrella than a shovel. So that, and there's a great comedy scene here.
If you weren't a comedian, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't a comedian, I can't imagine. Probably be doing something self-employed, probably driving.
Driving,
I
yeah.
like driving. I drove for the Montreal Star for my first.
The Montreal Star, like a newspaper?
Newspaper, yeah.
It's gone now. It doesn't
Truck for them.
exist.
Oh, yeah. It left in 79.
So you have an album that's just been released called
Yes.
Talking on Thin Ice.
Oh, that's why I'm here. Yeah, I remember now. Yes, of course. It's produced by 800 Pound Gorilla.
Mhm.
And, they've got it now. It's been released. It's on all the major platforms like Spotify. It's on
Ask Jeeves.
Apple Tunes. It's on Prime. It's on TikTok. It's,
Can you put albums on TikTok?
yeah, apparently you can download clips on.
Do you have? Are you on the internet? Do you have any internet things?
Do I have any internet things? Of course I do, but I can't tell you here. Yeah, I have Ron-Vaudry.com.
Oh, yeah, you got
And all the
.com.
information on my album is on the media page. So, check out my website. I'm on Twitter.
Mhm.
I got some funny things on Twitter.
I don't think you do, based on what you said.
My first tweet on Twitter is like, I haven't been paying attention. Have they given Peace a chance yet? I'm new to this.
Ron, it's always great to see you. Do you have any
Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Did I mention I'm on Facebook?
No, I don't think it.
I'm really lonely. You
everyone's
can
on
call me
Facebook,
at
Ron.
647.
You can give your phone number.
I need to see people.
He's one of the best of the business. Thank you, Ron Vaudry, for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Next time.
I know.
We're trying our best, but he knows where we shoot this thing, so try not to get in a fight on the way out.
Well, the camera guy, I don't like the way he's looking at me right now. Could be a problem.
Well, he's.
I got to walk right past him. He's got his hands in his pockets now, but he's a big fella. He could just drop on you.
Well,
Dave.
maybe he'll be. In
Look at him behind the mask. Look at him behind
Ladies and
the
gentlemen, Ron
mask. Just a
Vaudry.
squinty eye.
Vaudry.
Check out his album on Amazon. Thank you very much.